Hey guys, welcome back to the shit show. The show that we hope never lives up to its name. I hope you have a couple bevies down you because you're in for a treat. I'm Amy, as you already may know. And if you don't know, then get to know.
Is it the shit show or is it the shit show? I can never tell with the logo. Anyway, I'm your other presenter, Louisa.
First up, we will be talking to an hilarious South London comedian who you might know from one of his radio shows. His name is Travis J.
Yeah, that's like a girl, you know what I'm saying? He's serious, like, rah. She's peng, she's nice, you know what I mean?
What would be the opposite to that then?
Oh, she's clapped. She's clapped, she's buzzed, bro. Get that.
Then we'll be hearing from comedian Steve Bujak, who's performed at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival and has been on Russell Howard's Stand Up Central.
Can I draw eyebrows if I choose no eyebrows?
So you can buy an eyebrow pencil and draw.
Yeah, I do that. Okay, so no eyebrows, then I draw on better eyebrows, and I can change them every day. I could have like...
Later in the show, we will chat to an upcoming comedian, Joseph Johnson, and we will be challenging him to the usual game of the classic beer pong in the studio. I'm very excited.
And as always, we'll be ending the show with things we don't want to hear.
Sticking with tradition here on Strictly, here's the mummified corpse of Bruce Forsyth. Nice to see you, nice.
Travis J is a man you guys may have seen at the comedy festival.
Yeah, he's been a big part of the British comedy scene since he won Jump Off back in 2012.
After 10 years on stage, he debuted his new show, Work in Progress, at this year's festival. We met up with Travis for a drink and a little chit chat.
Doesn't matter.
It's fine.
It was curiosity more than anything else. Like, I was at a comedy show and these guys were on stage, they were killing it, like, absolutely hilarious. And I just felt like, just deep down, I was like, yo, I can do this. To be fair, my target audience when I first started, because I'd mostly done black comedy shows, so I was on the black comedy scene only, and that's really all I had access to. And then I thought, okay, well, I want to branch out, because I remember seeing an interview with a comic saying, if you're only funny to your own people, then I can't take you seriously. And I remember thinking, not that I was trying to impress this dude, because he seemed like a dickhead, you know, every other part of the interview. But that moment, that line stuck out to me, because I was like, well, that's true, because I'm only playing to black people from London. That's where I am. Let me expand out and just see how I'd stand in front of an all white crowd, an all Asian crowd, an all Somalian crowd, and just see what it would be like. And that's when I started to really realize there's more to this than just pleasing people who grew up in the same way you did. Pretty much nearly every single show I deal with some stage fright. The nerves are there. If they're not there, then it's kind of a bad sign. Do you know what I mean? I've had some gigs.
Cocky.
Yeah, too cocky. Come out expecting the audience to just be on your side. Oh, that happened to me one time. I had a terrible gig. The first joke, bombed. Second joke, bombed. But I was still cocky enough and I was like, the next one will get you. And it just went right to the end of my set. And it kind of was like an awkward meeting. How I left it. I was like, well, you know, that's it. Let's take care. And the crowd, massive applause. And I realized afterwards that wasn't an applause. That was like, get off. It's like one of those claps. She's hilarious, like, and I don't know if she always tries to be, but sometimes, oh man, I really think she could. I think she could do it, but I don't want to put that pressure on her, so I try not to speak on it. But sometimes she makes me laugh, and I'm like, bloody hell, look at the timing of the way you said that. Like, that's hilarious, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those nature versus nurture questions. Do you know what I mean? I've always wondered if it was like being around the comedy clubs that made me have an interest deep down, or is it just in my DNA that one day I wanted to get on the stage in front of people? So. Mate, if my kids become stand-ups, I just hope they are super successful so I can be rich and just retire like really early. So you can follow me online, Travis J ENT on Instagram and Twitter, and also go to my website for any updates. That's www.travisj.co.uk.
After that interview, we had a challenge for Travis to see just how well he knows that London slang.
Allow it. It's like, bruv, leave it alone, man. Like, allow it, man. Stop chatting rubbish, man. Do you know what I mean? Allow it. Man, them, that's the bros. You know what I mean? That's my guys. You know what I mean? If it's the group chat, you know what I mean? That's the man, them. That's the lads. Peng, yeah, that's like a girl. You know what I'm saying? He's serious, like, rah. She's peng. She's nice. You know what I mean?
What would be the opposite to that then?
Oh, she's clapped. She's clapped. She's buzzed, bruv. Get that out of here. Vexed. Oh, that's like, you just pissed off, man. Don't let no one piss you off, bro. Don't be vexed. Yard. I'm going back to my house. That's my yard. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I always say yard.
Goddamn mandam round my yard. Don't get me vexed bringing those clap gals to man's yard, yo.
Oh, God, thank you for sounding like every guy I went to school with.
Anyway, someone who's been success after success in recent years is the man himself.
Yes, Steve Bujak was actually voted most likely to return as a teacher when he finished school, but, well, I mean, this show's not about teachers, so I guess they were wrong on that one.
A couple of you might recognise him from the episode of the Russell Howard Hour. Not me. He was on that recently, yeah.
Yeah, he had 2 dates at this year's Leicester Comedy Festival where he performed his 4th solo show, Almost. We went down to the Exchange to have a chat with him.
Hey, I'm Steve Bujak, comedian, stand-up comedian.
So, Steve, what got you into stand-up comedy?
I started in stand-up at university when I was 19. Well, actually, the first time I did it, I was working on a kids' summer camp in America, and there was a talent competition, and I just entered it, and everyone had to enter it, and I did it and did stand-up because I just thought it'd be a fun thing to do, thought I'd never done it before, and I won the competition, and I beat all the kids, stupid kids. That was my first ever gig, and then I went back to uni and didn't do another gig after that for like a year, and then I just started gigging in my local halls of residence, like in front of all the other students, and it was like they're quite nice to me, so it made me feel quite good. And then I had to go and do real gigs in front of real adults, and it was harder. But by then I was like addicted.
How would you describe your style of comedy?
I guess storytelling. I'm sort of play a slight character on stage, like a heightened persona of me, like a slight geeky version, but it's pretty much just me.
Do you find yourself funny?
No, not really. In fact, in conversation I find myself dull. Like I sometimes sit there thinking, oh Christ, you're so dull. Like some of the things I'm talking about, I'm like, why are people friends with you? And then also there's that pressure of people think you're a comedian, so they like think you're funny. So then you can see that moment of disappointment in the conversation when they've just met you, and after about 5 minutes they're like, oh, he's not funny in real life.
What is the worst things that happened to you during a show?
I once, when I was quite new, like lost my voice like on stage. So I was doing a gig and I was really new, and it was what's called a gong show, which is where the audience have 3 cards, and each act aims to get up to 5 minutes, but if the audience get bored, they put the card up, and if you get 3 cards, you get gonged off, as in like you have to be, so it's a lot of pressure. And I started quite well, so the first minute was quite funny, and then my voice just started going, and over the course of about 2 to 3 minutes, my voice just completely evaporated, and the cards went up, and I got, and it was just the most humiliating. I felt so powerless, like I couldn't do anything. I was like,
In your shows you talk about a train simulator game.
Yeah.
Is that a real thing, and do you actually play it?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I don't play as much anymore, but I used to play it. It's a game, it's like Flight Simulator, you know Flight Simulator? Yeah, that's a more common game. It's basically that, but trains, and you just do routes and stuff. It's really nerdy, and it's pretty dull when you play it, but it's a great game. I think I should get sponsored by them.
Sounds like it. The last question I have is, do you have any more upcoming shows, and if so, how can people get tickets?
Yeah, I've still got a few more tour dates of my current tour, and then I'll be going to the Edinburgh Festival with my new show, and then touring that. So yeah, all my dates are on my website. If you just go to stevebujak.com.
Lovely, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
We wanted to get to know Steve a little bit better.
Yeah, so we we challenged him to a classic quickfire game of Would You Rather.
Water. I encounter water more often. £5. Traffic. Definitely traffic. I hate traffic. Colds are fine. Fuck.
Is that the
Okay.
other
No,
one?
alright. I guess it's true love then. That's more important than money. But I would really resent it. She better be good. Or he. Maybe it's a he. Fuck. Can I draw on eyebrows if I choose no eyebrows?
So you can buy an eyebrow pencil and draw on.
Yeah, I do that. Okay, so no eyebrows, then I'll draw on better eyebrows, and I can change them every day. I can have like look surprised one day, and then another day I'll look sad. Yeah.
Now, speaking of up-and-coming comedians, we're joined in the studio by Joseph Johnson.
Hi, Joseph.
There he is.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm lovely, thank you.
What
Lovely.
eyebrows? Eyebrows.
Yes,
Only one
I have
eyebrow
them.
or no eyebrows?
Well, yeah. No, I would have no eyebrows, definitely. I wouldn't even draw them on. I'd own it, to be honest.
Just go around with no
Yeah,
eyebrows
I'd
at all.
probably like grow out my bangs a little bit though, so I could like maybe have some
Cover
sort
it so it's
Yeah.
not as
I
obvious.
mean, otherwise it's a bit kind of Voldemort type.
Voldemort. Well, I mean, he hasn't got a nose. I think
Well,
that's
yeah,
more
there's
noticeable
that,
than the
there's
eyebrows,
that.
I think.
Joseph, would you like a drink?
I would love a drink, thank you.
It's Coke and vodka, just in case you're wondering I didn't poison you.
Coke and vodka go great together.
Okay, so
Always good to have to reassure people of that.
what got you into this lovely little comedy scene?
Well, a mate of mine dared me to enter a charity competition to do stand-up comedy in front of about 200, 300 people for cancer research. And I said, yeah, I'll do it, why not? So I did it, and I thought it went a little bit badly, but I enjoyed doing it at least. But a lady came up to me after the show and said, Joseph, I actually really like your set, and I'd quite like you to do some gigs for me as a company. And yeah, so she created the Comedy Village, and I'm now part of an organisation that has numerous comedians, and that's when we did the Leicester Comedy Festival, and we got loads of upcoming gigs now.
Oh, wow.
So it really, snowballed from there.
Kind of
really.
got scouted
Not what you
just
were
out of a dare.
expecting.
Yeah, honestly, I just wanted to help some cancer people.
So, what inspires your jokes? Like, are there any kind of comedians that you would consider a role model, or?
Yeah, Russell Brand for starters. I love his dress sense mainly. I love his personality more. I mean, I'm not myself a drug addict like he was,
Well,
which
there's
I
that.
kind of feel like I'm missing out on. But no, I really like his style of comedy. Also, Ricky Gervais, Jimmy Carr, and Bo Burnham. Actually, Bo Burnham's he's quite pale and skinny like me, so I kind of like relate to him a little bit in that respect.
Okay. Weird, but okay.
Well,
Not weird,
that's-
actually. I don't know
No,
what I
well,
said.
that's what comedy's all about. Weird, but okay.
Okay,
We'll go with it.
back to your jokes. Do you mind do your jokes offend people, and do you mind if they do?
Well, I think everything offends people nowadays.
Got a point.
Yes, but the thing is, it's about knowing your audience, I'd say. So you can read an audience with certain jokes. Like, for example, I usually have a runner-up. So, sorry, someone comes before me, and they are generally more offensive than I am.
Fair
So
enough.
it kind of like, hits the punch
Desensitizes,
first. Yeah.
yeah.
And I really like that because, I've got a bit more of a high energy act as well. And this guy, I love the guy to bits, but he'll just come on and rattle off these really, really brutal one-liners. And the audience are just like, oh my God. And then I
Yours
come on.
is quite calm in comparison.
Yeah, and then I come on and talk about how my mum's in a wheelchair or something, and people are like, that's okay. I like that.
Okay. If you're a regular on our show, then you'll know that every week we challenge our guests to a game of beer pong, another excuse to have a drink. So what do you think of that? Do you wanna
I
go
love
up
the
front?
idea. I'm always up
Right,
for drinking.
let's head on over
Marvellous, all right, thank you.
Right, so the rules of the game are if you manage to get the ball into your opponent's cup, they have to drink the contents. Now, you guys have 60 seconds to pretty much get the other person drunk, so if you're ready, see what you've got, guys.
then. Right, you can go first. You're the guest.
Ladies first, thank you.
But you did it anyway. Okay, I've got a question. Wait.
Okay.
If you were going to get arrested without any explanation, what would your friends and family... Oh my God, go for it. What would your friends and family think that you'd be arrested for?
Defamation of character. I'd just be slandering someone, and they wouldn't like it. And
Could you get arrested for that?
Yeah, well, I'll take to court. Sorry. No, I'd just be making a joke about someone that was obviously not true, or I'd be inferring something, or something silly, and people wouldn't like it, and then I'd be taken to the slammer. Go on, let's get some dirty ping pong balls.
Ping pong?
Ping pong.
Okay, would you rather be completely bald everywhere
Yeah.
or never have a haircut for the rest of your life?
I'll be completely bald so I can get into Disneyland quicker. Sorry, that's a bad joke.
Oh, right. I get it.
Oh.
Okay, time is up.
Do I still get to drink the...
Yes.
Oh, great.
Okay, head on back, I guess. Let's
Kind of
go.
chaotic, but good job, I think.
Even. Okay.
Fun as always.
Right, now, as usual, here's things that you don't want to hear.
Yes. Now, Joseph, you joined us earlier in the studio
I did.
For our weekly stand-up challenge. And if you're not a regular viewer, we basically give a group of comedians some topics and see how well they improvise. So let's see how you got on.
Let's see.
And the first topic is things you don't want to hear at the doctor's.
Due to Jobs for People with Parkinson's campaign, your surgeon has been replaced by Johnny Jazz Hands.
Hi, Gemma. Turns out your liposuction has managed to feed an entire family of poor people for a week, and we'd like to give you the Nobel Prize.
Well, it's a good thing you came to me. Not because I'm a specialist. This is just my fetish.
So, if you could just take your breasts out, thank you. Now, just wet your fingers, lovely. Now begin circling your nipples.
There's lots of benefits to being a doctor. I don't even have to go to the hairdressers. I can just use chemotherapy.
Oh, your bum hurts? Well, my bum hurts too. How do you think I feel? There's no cure for being gay.
OK, next topic, please. Things you wouldn't want to hear at an awards ceremony.
Now, Brittany, you should have won the award, but Christina did just give me head backstage, so sorry.
And the award for best fight goes to Chris Brown versus Rihanna.
And the award for biggest waste of time on live TV goes to...
We don't usually give awards for this, but due to rise in social activism, the award for longest female armpit beard goes to Zoe.
And the National Fitness Award goes to... Donald Trump for getting more fat women marching than ever before.
An award for 50 years of membership. Here at the Ku Klux Klan, we recognise loyalty.
OK, up next. Unlikely things to hear on daytime TV.
And here we have a programme that isn't about mocking poor people by temporarily giving them a good standard of living.
And next on Channel 4, the oppression of gay people. Do they deserve it?
This just in, US Vice President Mike Pence steps down on a puppy's head.
For the first time in a while on CBBC, it's Rolf Harris.
Next on Channel 4, we have Celebrity Genital Swap.
Here we have our new show, asking people with Alzheimer's what they did yesterday.
Good morning and welcome to the show, you ugly, unemployable fox.
Sticking with tradition here on Strictly, here's the mummified corpse of Bruce Forsyth. Nice to see you, nice.
And our final topic. Bad things to hear on your first day at work.
So, we've had many sexual harassment complaints in the workplace, but I can tell you're not one of those bitchy slags, are you, big tits?
I must warn you, we do test our products on animals, but if you're fine with that, then enjoy being a welder.
Remember, Schweinhund, work sets you free.
So, welcome to your first day of being a game designer. Just one thing though, apparently you have had sex before?
Now, for your first assignment, we'll need you to take some supplies overseas to New Mexico. So if you could just drop your pants so we can get started.
Sorry, son, you'll never be as important as my other secretary. Not unless you simultaneously grow double D tits and a 6-inch penis.
Okay, if you're still awake or sober enough to know what's going on, that's the end of our show for tonight.
Thanks to our comedians for joining us.
And our interviewees, Travis, Jay and Steve Bugea.
Right, come back next week for more drinking. And our special guests, Russell Howard and Andy Parsons.
Cheers!
Oh yes, cheers, look at that.